Hello, welcome back to online learning. First, we're going to go over our vocab words. I will also post a picture for you of your vocab words and the definitions. But let's just go over them together. Trembling, if something's trembling, it's shaking slightly. So we often say that a person can be trembling if they're really scared or something, or if they're really nervous. You might be trembling. Or we could even say that a leaf is trembling in the wind if it's shaking slightly. Dashed, if something dashed away, they quickly and suddenly ran away. If someone or something dashed away. So if you dashed outside to recess, that means you quickly and suddenly ran outside. Or if an animal dashed away from you, it was running away quickly because it didn't want to get eaten, probably. Timid, a timid person is shy or unsure of himself or herself. So someone who's really timid is someone who is shy. They maybe don't talk a lot. Hermit, you might think of like a hermit crab. A hermit is a person who lives alone, often far from a community. So a hermit crab, if you think about a hermit crab, they're the kind that go into their shell and stay inside their shell and kind of stay away from everybody. We can also describe a person as a hermit. A hermit would be someone who maybe lives out in the middle of nowhere and they don't really want to talk to anyone. They kind of stay away from everybody. So there's probably nobody in your life that you could define as a hermit, because if you talk to them and you hang out with them, they're not a hermit. I don't know anyone personally that's a hermit, but I've heard of people who just kind of live out in the middle of nowhere. That would be a hermit. Fascinated. When you are fascinated by something, you are very interested in it and you pay close attention to it. So, it's kind of like the word interested. You're very interested in something. So, for example, I'm very fascinated by my students. I think they're very interesting and I want to pay close attention to them and learn more about them. Or I'm very fascinated by the Titanic. I really like learning more about it. Or you could say that fascinates me. Just like you can say I'm interested in it, or that interests me, you can say I'm fascinated in it, or it interests me. Drab. Something drab looks dull and lacks color. So hopefully you don't think that my classroom is drab, because I don't think it's very dull or lacks color. That would be drab. Occasionally. If something happens occasionally, it happens once in a while. Not very often. So we occasionally will have indoor recess, because it happens once in a while, not very often, occasionally. And peculiar. Something peculiar is something that's very strange and unusual, usually not in a good way. So unique is something that's strange and unusual, but in a good way. But peculiar is usually not in a good way. So if I say that someone's really peculiar, it's not really a compliment. It's more of an insult. Like, they're very strange and kind of weird. Peculiar. All right, so for reading, you are going to do your vocab page. It's page 78. And for 7 and 8, make sure that you write using complete sentences, obviously, always, always. And then for grammar, I'm going to just keep doing it with this video. I will post a picture for you of this poster, but I don't have a picture right now, so I'm actually going to move you right up here. All right, so I'm going to explain this. Oh, I just realized it's sideways for you now. Let's hold it this way. There we go. Okay, I'm going to explain to you what this poster means, but you are more than welcome to pause it and kind of read it yourself. But a pronoun is a word that takes the place of one or more nouns. So, for example, in the sentence, Miss Vanderstel said that she was proud of the students. She is the pronoun. It takes place of Miss Vanderstel. Or the students said that they were tired. They is the pronoun. So we have a lot of different pronouns. I, me, my, he, his, she, her, we, you, they, them, their, it, its. Those can all be pronouns. Now, the antecedent, I know that's a fancy word, antecedent is the noun or nouns that the pronoun refers to. So I have the same sentences there. It says, Miss Vanderstel said that she was proud of the students. My pronoun is she, but my antecedent is Miss Vanderstel because that's what she is referring to. Or the students said that they were tired. Students is my antecedent because they is my pronoun. They is referring to students. Or, and this will come from our story, the stranger picked up a spoon and looked at it. It was the pronoun, but spoon is the antecedent because it's what the pronoun is referring to. Okay, so let me get you back to here, and I will help you with that page. We're starting on page 49. So it says to underline the pronoun and circle each pronoun's antecedent. Now, again, you can go back in the video and pause it on that poster, or I'll post a picture of the poster for you as well. But there's only a certain amount of pronouns, really. If you want, I can write them out on the side for you here. We have I, me, my, he/his, she/her, we, you, they/them/their, and it/its. So those are all the pronouns we have. So when it says to underline the pronoun, all you have to do in this sentence is find one of those words. Which the farmer was happy when she got home? Yep, that makes sense. But then it says to circle the pronoun's antecedent. So the antecedent would be whatever she is referring to. Who is she talking about? The farmer was happy when she got home? Oh, it would be farmer. Beth led the cow into her stall. It's her, and it's referring to the cow. Now be careful, don't circle Beth for that one, because if Beth is leading the cow into her stall, it's not going to be Beth's stall, it's going to be the cow's stall. Beth is probably a person. The man knew he had to buy more seeds. He and man. Okay, I'm going to let you finish up 4, 5, 6, and 7 on your own. And then down at the bottom, you do not need to rewrite each sentence. I just want you to replace the underlined word or words with pronouns. So the cat picked up the kittens and carried the kittens. So instead of saying the cat picked up the kittens and carried the kittens, what word could we use here instead? Them. So you can just write the word them underneath it. The cat picked up the kittens and carried them. What about here? The jar of peaches fell, but the jar of peaches did not break. The jar of peaches fell, but the jar of peaches did not break. What could we use there? Now, you might be thinking they. The jar of peaches fell, but they did not break. But it's not that the peaches did not break. It's that the jar itself did not break. And the jar is just one thing. So if you're saying the jar fell, but it did not break. It. All right, I'll let you try 10, 11, and 12 on your own. It's pretty simple for grammar this week, and you don't have a ton to do. All right, you've got this. Let me know if you have any questions.